Hello and welcome to ChapterSkip. I'm Joe.
I'm Mark.
And I'm Sean, and we're bringing you movie reviews with a twist.
And today we're reviewing Contracted.
Morning, Joe. Finally.
Where the bloody hell have you been? Why are you looking so smug?
Well, if you must know, guys, I spent the night with a lady.
Or did your mum come round?
No. Well, yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about I spent the night with a lady getting dirty.
Oh, you helped out the cleaning lady, were you?
What? No, I picked up this chick last night at the pub, took her home, we was making sweet, sweet music.
Oh, you had a guitar lesson.
No, I took her back to my place and what we was doing, I was like, we're in a I was like, just like that.
Oh, you didn't have to put it so crudely, Joe.
Yeah, you could have sugarcoated it, you dirty boy.
That's what she said.
Contracted is released by IFC Midnight and is produced by Boulder Light Productions and Southern Fried Films. And on a side note to Southern Fried Films, nice logo, guys. Right, where was I? Oh yes, the film was written, produced and directed by Eric England and stars Najarra Townsend as Samantha, or Sam to her friends.
And it also stars the awesome Caroline Williams as Sam's mother.
Sam is a confused young lady with a less than stellar past, but she seems to be trying to turn her life around by growing plants. Now, I know that some people have some strange hobbies, but I wouldn't expect a young girl to be growing plants unless they were of the illegal variety, which are heavily consumed by Americans on April 20th.
Did we also happen to mention that Sam's a lesbian? Kind of.
Well, Sam has an on-again, off-again girlfriend called Nikki, who's played by Katie Steedman. Now, as much as I don't want to be petty, because overall, there's plenty for me to like about this picture, it's just, why on earth did this character have an English accent? It was awful! I mean, as inspiration for the accent, she must have watched a whole bunch of Michael Caine's early films.
Anyhow, back to the matter at hand.
With Nikki at work and her and Sam not on the best of terms, Sam heads out to a party that is hosted by her friend Alice.
Played by Alice MacDonald.
Initially, Sam isn't really interested in doing much partying, and she's waiting for Nikki in the hope that she'll eventually turn up. During the party, someone seems to be keeping an eye out on Sam, and I don't just mean her friend Riley, who's played by Matt Mercer. Riley's a man that it seems isn't quite able to grasp the fact that Sam's lesbianism means that he's wasting his time in trying to chat her up.
Now, the other set of eyes on Sam are that of BJ's, who's played by Your Next writer Simon Barrett, although you don't really get to see his face clearly as he's out of focus for the whole film.
One drugged drink later and Sam is in the back of a car having sex with a man she's never met before.
Although, let's not beat around the bush here. If you drug someone so they have sex with you, then technically that's rape.
Anyway, the result of this unwanted meeting of crotches is that Sam has contracted something from the scumbag that drugged her. And when we say contracted, we mean in a way that will take more than antiviral medication to clear up what she has.
Cup of tea then, guys?
Oh yeah.
Alright, I'm just going to go for a slash and then I'll pop the kettle on. Oh, that's weird. Must be all that beetroot I had.
Does Joe look alright to you?
What do you mean?
I don't know, he just looks a bit odd today.
Joe looks odd every day.
Something?
What? No?
It's probably nothing.
Here you go, boy.
Bloody hell, Joe, what happened? Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, you don't look fine, mate. You look bloody terrible. What do you reckon, Mark?
Yeah, he looks alright to me. Hair's a bit scruffy than normal, but otherwise he's okay.
The film is set over the course of 3 days.
And it chronicles not only Sam's physical collapse as whatever it is she's contracted spreads throughout her whole body, but also her mental collapse too.
The effects makeup on Sam are really good, as she goes from having eye periods to being the proud owner of what is quite possibly the most horrible cold sore that I've ever seen. She also has a problem with some maggots that have taken up residence in her vajayjay, and her hair starts to fall out. Yeah, I can sympathise with that one.
I like the acting in this film. All the lead characters played their roles convincingly. Well, maybe apart from Nikki's awful English accent. Najarra Townsend played the role of Sam with a great deal of believability. She came across as someone that was very unsure of herself and someone that knew she'd messed her life up over and over. Caroline Williams, as much as she seemed like a background player, came across well as Sam's mother too, and Simon Barrett as BJ was mysterious and elusive enough to make you wonder why he did what he did and what he was infected with that he transmitted through to Sam.
The haunting musical score was from Kevin Ripple, and it's really good and fits the movie perfectly. And of course there's the acting of all the lead characters, which was spot on, and that combined with the writing means that you can get all the information about the characters that you need just from watching their performances, without the movie having to blatantly throw exposition at you.
At the moment we're recording this, Contracted got a rating of 5.4 out of 10 on IMDb.
Which really goes to show how this movie has split the audience down the middle, and I can fully understand both sides of the story. For one, this is a very slow-paced movie, and during many of the parts of the film you're waiting for something to happen, which some people just cannot stand. The pace, coupled with how the movie ended, is really down to a matter of taste, and I have to say that the ending was my kind of taste. It was something that gave you a little bit of a tease and then left you wanting more. Saying that though, I can see why it wouldn't appeal to other people.
In fact though, the only things I can really pick fault with in the film are the odd continuity error and the acting from some of the extras. Yes, I am talking to you, old couple in the restaurant. If you find a manky fingernail in your food, then at least look disgusted rather than a little bit disappointed. You had an expression on your face that said, "A fingernail in my food? I'm sure I ordered 5.
I'm very much torn, as there were moments of this movie that had me gripped and had me wondering and waiting for a climax. There were other times during the film that I felt bored and it seemed like proceedings were being dragged out so that it lasted over an hour. Actually, saying that, I really think this movie would be perfect as a 20 to 30 minute short film, as many of the longer scenes could have been reduced and the bits that were intense would have had much more impact to the viewer. Now, by the looks of it, Eric England's schedule is pretty busy over the next year or two, so we probably won't get to see a sequel to Contracted for a while. If it does happen, I wouldn't mind picking up where this one ended.
Now, for a low-budget horror independent film, I think they did really well, and the main actress played her part awesomely. I also really like that they took time showing you what the disease did to her, then rushing it like they do in most films. I also like that this film lets you draw your own conclusion. And having Caroline Williams as the overprotective mum, I felt she played a really good part. This film is awesome.
Any movie that starts out with a suggestion of necrophilia is going to grab my attention. And no, I don't care how weird that makes me sound. This was a damn good film that had an interesting way of telling its story. The lead characters were great and felt very natural and believable, and you could tell a lot about them just from the actors' performances. In fact, I was having such a good time watching the film that it really did leave me wanting to see more, and although given the ending that would be a possibility, what comes next would be a very different type of film altogether. If you want to see a good horror flick that manages to give a new take on an old genre, then I recommend that you give this a shot.
Thanks for watching this Contracted movie review. There's generally positive comments toward this movie, but we'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. Leave a comment down below and tell us what you think. You can also throw these opinions over to our Facebook and Twitter pages. All the links you need are in the description. And finally, before we leave you for the bloopers, please subscribe to this channel. Thanks.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, brilliant. I'll let everyone know. Yeah, thanks for calling. Cheers. Bye.
Who was that, Sean?
It was the police. Apparently there's a woman in the area with a weird sexually infectious disease. She was spotted around here.
I've not seen anyone. What about you, Joe?
No, not me.
What about that woman you were with the other night? Tell me you used a condom, because the police said that her blood causes people to explode.
You know I don't wear them things, guys. For starters, they don't make them big enough for me. Besides, I feel fine.
I don't know, mate. I think Sean was right the other day. Am I looking a bit squiffy?
Guys, seriously! There's nothing wrong with me!
It was awful! And as for inspiration...
One drug drink later and Sam is in the back of a car with a man she's never met before, having sex.
Playing chess. As whatever she's contracted spreads throughout her whole body, but also her mental collapse too. Her whole body.
In fact, the only things I can really pick fault with in the film are the odd continuity error and my bad reading.
Causes people to explode.
You know I don't wear them, Sean, and because my penis is too big.
Sorry.
Oh, you had a guitar lesson, didn't you?
No, we spent the night doing...
You played the piano!
Making sweet, sweet music.